Wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. The environment. I mean, we're gonna delve deep into everything that's been transpiring over the last 24 hours or so since the match finished against Ipswich, ladies and gentlemen. Our draw against Ipswich. Do you know what? This guy, I feel like he's digging his own grave. He really is. He's now creating a divide between the fans, the team, himself, the club. Whether he has thought this through properly or not, I'm not sure. Whether he's doing this purposely or not, I'm not sure. He talks about environment, ladies and gentlemen. He talks about the word environment. Now, for some of you guys that might not know what he means by environment, he's talking about the fans. The fans. More or less, what he just said in that clip that I just shared with you guys is that he's pretty much blaming the fans for the misfortunes of the team currently. He's blaming the fans that the fans are not backing this style of football. The building up from the back, sometimes a little bit lethargic, sometimes a little bit slow, sometimes a little bit boring. He's blaming the fans that the fans are not helping the players out who are basically succumbing to the pressures from the fans when they boo. Now, look, I don't obviously appreciate the booing, from the match-going fans to our players, especially when we are playing on field. But what's concerning here? What's concerning here is that the fact that our manager is coming out and he's blaming the fans directly. I mean, that in itself is quite ludicrous. That in itself is, I feel like that's suicide. You're coming out, and this isn't the first time Enzo Maresca has done this. He's done this quite a few times. He keeps complaining about Stamford Bridge environment, Stamford Bridge fans, this, that, the, like, my man, you continue this tune long enough, you will not be supported. You're actually killing your own stance here. Fans will start despising you. Fans will start hating the look of you. You're consistently talking about the fans. When are you actually going to take accountability on your own? We are 5 wins out of the last 16 Premier League matches. When are you actually going to come out and say, "Do you know what? Maybe I haven't been good enough. Maybe I need to improve." Because you do. I'm getting sick and tired of Enzo Maresca talking nonsense for the past few months, since he had dip in form from that Everton game back in December. Enzo Maresca, he started off so well in the press conferences, and now he's talking nonsense on a regular. When are you actually going to come out and say, "Look, we need to train a lot harder. We need to work a lot harder. We need to be a lot more cutthroat because what we are producing right now is not good enough." Instead, you're going out there and blaming fans. So as I said, what's more concerning? The fact that you're blaming the fans, or the fact that your goalkeeper is so weak mentally that they're succumbing to the pressures of the crowd. So if the crowd's booing, I can force Sanchez to do what I want him to do. So what does that tell you? Weak mentality. You want your players to operate in a certain manner. You want your players to carry out your type of football, but you're telling me your players have such weak mentality that when they're in the pitch, when they're in a cauldron, when they're surrounded by all of these people that are going to be like screaming and booing and going against them, that they are actually going to collapse. Is that what you're trying to say? They're incapable of carrying your instructions because of the pressure. And number 3, you've given them an instruction and they are not following that. Ultimately, because of pressure, but that in itself as well. You've told them to play a certain way of football, but instead they want to go long. They want to do things against the way you want to play. That also doesn't go well against you. So this, for me, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, from here on in, I don't see how The mood is going to be good. I don't see how the remaining fixtures that we have, that we're going to get a collective support from the fans. Maresca coming out and saying these sort of stuff, wow, this is bad. Blaming the fans for your team's misfortunes, blaming the fans for, oh, the players are now giving the ball away, which is leading to the goal. You're blaming the fans for conceding. Incredible, incredible. We've heard what he just said, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it. If you haven't heard it, go back into the clip and just listen to it. He said the environment could be better, but when you know when the fans are not interested in playing out from the back, the players fall into the trap and they go long, which then leads to a goal. It's absolutely sickening, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely sickening. Enzo Maresca, we are stronger with our fans. We are a better team. It's up to them to decide the way. It's up to them. It's your take. Honestly, Enzo Maresca, he's challenging the fans. The audacity, I don't understand this. The audacity of this man. His lackings, Enzo Maresca, you're a novice manager. Let's get this straight. Your only experience so far at the highest level is in the championship. Sure, you won the championship, but you're still a rookie manager. You're coming out and you're, laying out the gauntlet, putting a challenge towards the fans that, hey, it's up to you to decide. We're losing. We're performing poorly. It's because of you. It's up to you. You lift your game. We'll lift our game. No, I'm sorry. Do you think that's how it works? How about you show some sort of courage? How about you put up a team that has a bit of bravado about themselves? How about you instill some sort of, steel in this team? You're inadvertently having a go at the fans and saying, because of you, we are suffering. Wow. You decide how we will, perform. So if you want to boo, then we're going to perform this way. This is not the right path to go towards. I'm telling you right now, it's not the right path. Enzo Maresca, we are stronger with our fans. We are a better team. It's up to them to decide. He's repeatedly said this in the press conference. He's repeated. Look, it's obviously clear that this draw against Ipswich has devastated the morale internally, has devastated the morale of Enzo Maresca because they fully expected to win. Yeah, a lot of us expected to win. I was worried, though. I was worried that from what I've seen, the performances that I've seen, Premier League is a ruthless competition. I was worried. You can't disregard anyone. But it seems like Enzo Maresca, that draw has broke his back, and it's broken the team's back as well. That how do we now qualify for the Champions League with the fixtures coming up? And now, let's go out there and bamboozle the fans. Let's go out there and tell them it's your fault that we haven't made Champions League football. The audacity. Wow. Enzo Maresca on the environment at Stamford Bridge today. I didn't say the environment, so he wants to backtrack afterwards. I didn't say the environment is an issue for us. Today, in the moment where we were in a difficult moment, you can expect them not to be happy, but in the same moment, we need them. The players need more support on the pitch. You see the nonsense that's happening on the pitch, the way we concede. The way we conceded against Ipswich. You're telling me the fans to, in those moments, forget about the utter shit that they're witnessing and to rise above that and just keep cheering. You have to understand, Enzo Maresca, it's very difficult to do that. These fans have only seen 5 Premier League wins in the last 16. It's very difficult to rise above the crap. Once again, you're saying you acknowledge that it's a difficult moment. You acknowledge that the team has screwed up defensively. You acknowledge that, yes, it's very natural that the fans are going to be unhappy. But at the same time, you also are saying the fans need to snap out of that. How about you snap out of it, mate? How about you tell the players to snap out of it? Once again, honesty. I can sit here and blame this manager who I think is a rookie manager. I've always said it, he's a rookie manager. He's all right. I think there's something about him. I think he can be something down the track. But right now, he's also developing, he's also learning. But I go back and blame the owners and sporting directors again because they're the ones who have assembled this entire organization. They assembled all of these players. They assembled all, the manager. They have assembled this mediocrity. They themselves are mediocre as well. So I can sit here and blame all of these individuals, but ultimately it all goes down to the people who hire them. Because they allow for such mediocrity. They only want, the next gems. They only want to make some money out of some of these players. They don't really have footballing interests. They're not here to win trophies, because if you're here to win trophies, then you bring in people, personnel that actually have experience in winning trophies. Honestly, I'm actually quite sick, seeing some of these posts on social media and stuff that Enzo Maresca is saying. I'm actually quite sickened by some of these stuff. Enzo Maresca on the 2 goals conceded. I think both goals we concede, both we can defend better. But if you analyze both goals, Enzo long ball for the first one, and then the second one was a long ball from the keeper. The player lost a little bit of the confidence. It was a must-win game. My message at halftime was telling them to react and not continue the same way. The second half, we were our team, creating many chances. We were much more dynamic and better. There you go. He's admitting to the fact that his players stopped listening to his orders in the first half. They were doing things against his will. Why? Why are they doing that? Why haven't you prepared well? And this is Ipswich we're talking about. I'm sorry. We're not talking about, the great Man City. We're not talking about the great Liverpool or mighty Arsenal. We're talking about Ipswich, and you're buckling, you're collapsing. If you're worried against Ipswich, my God, look at the fixtures that are coming up. You might as well just give up right now if you're worried about Ipswich. It's incredible, man. It actually is incredible. No accountability, and instead, playing the blame game. This is a fast path to your own demise. I'm telling you right now, this is the fast path to your own demise. Enzo Maresca on the second goal. Sanchez going long for sure. Not wanting to see Sanchez go long, but I understand. Sometimes you go long. It doesn't mean you are going to control something. We are stronger with our fans and we are a better team. It's up to them to decide. Once again, I mean, this whole thing about going short, going long, I don't like it when a manager has such rigid ways. You need to be flexible. You need to be flexible. Clearly, your players are not confident to execute the way you want to play all the time, because sometimes the opposition press is forcing us to go long. You want them to still play along the ground, but it's forcing them to unforced errors. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, this is not going to end well now. This is not going to end well. Let me know your thoughts. For me, Champions League, forget about that. That's gone. It's finito. But now I'm worried where we're actually going to end up in the table, because all of this stuff is going to create a huge divide between the fans and the team and everyone involved with the team. And this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. This season, I'm worried, is not going to end well. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya. Bye.